My stepbrother leaked my private photos online, so I ruined his career in response. Growing up, my stepbrother Jason and I never got along. When my mom remarried his dad, I was 14 and he was 16. Jason was the golden boy, charming, athletic, and beloved by everyone. On the surface, he was the perfect son, but behind closed doors, he was a manipulative jerk who loved making my life miserable. He would poke fun at me for being introverted, steal my stuff, and always blame me when things went wrong. His dad never believed me, and my mom would just say, "Boys will be boys." So I learned to keep my distance. Fast forward to adulthood. I thought I'd escaped Jason's antics when I moved to a different city for college and later got a job in graphic design. I was doing well for myself, small apartment, steady income, and a good circle of friends. But Jason, now in his late 20s, hadn't grown up at all. He worked as a fitness influencer, posting shirtless gym selfies and hawking protein powders to his thousands of Instagram followers. We rarely spoke, which was perfectly fine by me. That changed about 6 months ago. Jason had been in town for a networking event, translation, a party with other wannabe influencers, and needed a place to crash. Against my better judgment, I let him stay at my apartment for 2 nights. I should have known better. Jason spent the entire time being obnoxious, leaving his stuff everywhere, using my laptop without asking, and flirting with my best friend when she came over. I bit my tongue, knowing he'd leave soon enough. The real trouble started a week after he left. I started getting strange messages on social media from random men, explicit, disgusting messages. I was confused until a friend sent me a link to a private online forum. Someone had posted several of my personal photos, including a few that were, let's just say, not meant for public eyes. They weren't nudes, but they were private pictures I'd taken for an ex-boyfriend. Intimate, but tasteful. Alongside the photos was my full name, city, and even my workplace. I was mortified. After the initial shock wore off, I started piecing things together. The photos had been saved on my laptop, the same one Jason had used during his stay. I confronted him immediately. At first, he denied everything, laughing and calling me paranoid. But when I threatened to go to the police, his tone changed. He admitted he'd found the photos while snooping on my laptop and thought it would be funny to post them anonymously. He actually had the nerve to say, "Relax, it's not like they're nudes. No one will even care." I was livid. My reputation was at stake, and Jason showed no remorse. I knew I had to do something, but I wanted to hit him where it really hurt: his career. Jason's entire livelihood depended on his carefully curated image as a fitness guru and role model. So, I started gathering evidence. I screenshot the forum post, the metadata proving the photos came from my laptop, and even recorded our phone conversation where he admitted to leaking them. Then I did some digging into his social media accounts. Turns out, Jason wasn't as squeaky clean as he pretended to be. I found evidence of him using bots to inflate his follower count, screenshots of inappropriate messages he'd sent to fans, and even receipts for steroids, something he vehemently denied using. With everything compiled, I anonymously sent the evidence to several fitness brands he worked with, and a few gossip pages that loved exposing influencers. The fallout was swift. Within days, Jason lost 2 major sponsorships, and his Instagram was flooded with angry comments calling him out for being a fraud. One of the brands even issued a public statement cutting ties with him, citing unethical behavior. Watching his perfect image crumble was incredibly satisfying. Jason, of course, was furious. He called me, screaming about how I'd ruined his life and demanding I fix it. I calmly told him that leaking someone's private photos was illegal and that he should consider himself lucky I hadn't gone to the police. Then I hung up and blocked him on everything. The aftermath wasn't easy. I had to explain the situation to my boss and coworkers after someone emailed the leaked photos to my office. Thankfully, they were understanding and even offered to help me take legal action against Jason. I also saw a therapist to deal with the emotional toll. As for Jason, last I heard, he moved back in with his dad and was trying to rebuild his career, but his follower count has plummeted, and no reputable brand will work with him. Looking back, I'm proud of how I handled the situation. Jason thought he could humiliate me and get away with it, but he underestimated me. He learned the hard way that actions have consequences, and I've finally reclaimed the power he tried to take from me. I still have proof of Jason leaking my photos. Shall I hold on to them or get rid of them? Let me know in the comment.